Hi, Ashley here with hearthookhome.com, and welcome to week 1 of my new Advanced Tunisian Workshop. This is a mini course of 6 weeks long of different techniques that are advanced in the Tunisian crochet. We will be working on ways to pick up your loops if you drop a loop in the middle of the stitch. That's week 1. But I've also got all of these different ways to change colors, and if you do it on the forward pass or the backward pass, how that one small modification changes how these stitches look. Very cool, very fun. We are also going to be doing increasing and decreasing so that you can see and learn how to make your projects either grow in size or shrink in size as far as the width. So this is going to be a really awesome advanced Tunisian course, and I cannot wait to get started with you. Week 1, like I said, we are going to learn how to pick up a dropped loop. So let me move my things out of the way and we will get started. As I said, this is an advanced Tunisian workshop. If you are brand new to Tunisian crochet, I recommend you start with my Tunisian Basics Crochet Along. We learn all kinds of Tunisian stitches, various tips and techniques for keeping the edges nice and tidy, and all around just a great beginner Tunisian crochet project. For this week 1 of our advanced Tunisian, we are going to learn how to pick up loops if you drop them. So here I am ready to start my backward pass. What I'm going to do first is what I always do, chain 1, make sure that's a good size, and now I'm going to do my yarn over pull through 2s, right? I'm going to do this all the way, and somewhere along here I'm going to intentionally screw up. Let's do it here. Okay, so we have all had this happen to us, right? Where we have all of these loops and we're like, oh crap. Number 1, do not freak out. That is, do not move your hands too much. Do not freak out. That is the rule number 1. Next thing we're going to do is we are going to assess the situation. So first we're going to look at all these loops. How are they looking? They're looking pretty well formed. They're looking like they're big enough to where I could probably stick my hook back in here. So I'm going to very carefully insert my hook just like this. You pull any one of these loops too tight and it'll pop the next one out. So be very careful. Now this one here, it's hard to tell which way is that supposed to be facing. Is it supposed to be this way, or is it twisted, or is it not? Well, go ahead and put it on your, here I'll do it backwards. Go ahead and put it on your hook and you'll be able to see that these coming out of these stitches here are all facing this way. This one is flipped over on itself. So you want to make sure, if this is the opportunity where you have these loops available, that you can pick them up like this. Make sure that they are all coming out of the stitch going the same direction, right? So that we don't have any twisted ones on themselves. Now that I've made it over here, I've got that return pass loop right here. I'm just going to pick that back up on my hook. And now I can continue back on. So I've picked up all of those missed loops that we had when I dropped those stitches. Now let's do it again to where it is we're not able to reinsert these, the hook into those stitches. So I'm going to continue on. And now I'm going to intentionally drop several, okay? So it's so hard to intentionally do it. We're going to do this, and I'm just going to kind of, let's say we do this many. Okay, and let's say that a couple of these are completely missing, okay? Just like this. Like, oh crap, that is not salvageable. So first things first, we did not freak out, right? Second thing, we assess the situation and we are not able to pull this loop back up. So, or insert our hooks to pull them up. So what we're going to do first is we're going to take our backward pass yarn, this one right here, that's just hanging out, and we're going to pull that, just the working side of it. You don't want to pull everything too tight right here, just the actual working side. Now that that loop is nice and big, put it off to the side. We're going to forget about it for a second. Okay, so now we've got all of these loops here that have fallen off. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this string and pull it all out, just like this. Okay, and you're not really affecting this at all. You've got this loop hanging out over here. This is your backward pass, and you can pull on this a little bit and it will adjust the height of this loop here, but we're going to fix that in a second anyway. So if we've got this huge loop here, one thing to remember, or one thing that helps me when I'm doing this in real life, is if I'm going forward in my forward pass, I know that I needed exactly this much yarn to pick up all of the loops in these stitches, right? So I can use exactly that much yarn again to just re-pick up those loops. So now that this is big and hanging off to the side, we know that that's not going to frog anymore. So I'm just going to take my piece and my hook and my big loop that we now have, and I'm just going to carefully and a little bit loosely go ahead and pull up those loops just like I would if I was normally crocheting, right? So I'm just going to pull up all of these loops just like this. Like I said, a little bit on the loose side. And we will finagle it here in a second. So we are getting to where we almost have all of our loops back up on our hook, right? So now we've gone through, we picked up all of those loops. There's no loosey-goosey bits because when we first picked up those loops, we needed exactly that much yarn. So now we know that we've got all of our loops back on our hook. I'm going to make my working loop a little bit smaller and insert it in the correct orientation, just like this, right? Now make sure that this chain here is not too small or too large. If you pull it real tight like this, you'll have this tiny little loop right here on your backward pass. If that happens, go ahead and just pop that stitch right off, bump it, insert here, pop the chain out of that, insert that back onto your hook, and now you can redo that tiny chain if needed. And this will work with virtually any Tunisian crochet stitch. Knit stitch, simple stitch, half double crochet stitch, really any crochet stitch that you can make in Tunisian crochet, you can fix in this method. So I know that it's not being able to go down several rows like you can do in a traditional knitting pattern where you can pick up loops and kind of force the stitch to go up several rows. Because of the way that Tunisian crochet is constructed with the forward pass and the return pass, we can't exactly just add another stitch in the middle of a project, but we can fix it halfway through a row so that we don't have to frog that entire row and redo it. So I hope this helps. I hope you enjoyed this advanced Tunisian workshop week 1, and I will be back next week with how to change colors in a multitude of ways using Tunisian crochet. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon.